I want to make a short video to show you how to get started and actually go through lab 3.3.7. So let me share my screen. All right, so here's the lab and let's start this. So first off, let's look at what we need. We need 16x PCI Express for the video, M.2, 64-bit processor, dual channel memory, and then up to 64 gigs. So we need to pick the motherboard that will have that. And then we need to connect everything. So let's start the lab. And we want to go into the workbench. We want to look at the motherboard area. And if we look on our bench, on the shelf, we have different motherboards. So if I click on this one, and then click on details, specifications. So right away, I can see this one does not have any M.2 on it, right? Which is one of the things. Or the memory, it says it can only support up to 4 gigs of RAM. So that's not the right one. Same thing with this one. Let's look at that. Specifications and the LG 775. That could be a Pentium 4, could be 64-bit. But again, this is an older board, so I know it's not going to have M.2, which it does not. So if you just go through these and look at them, the specifications, you'll find there's really only one board on here that will meet it. Now this has the PCI Express slot, 16, but if you see IDE or Northbridge, Southbridge, that tells you it's an older motherboard, which M.2 is not going to be on there. So the only one that fits the bill is this motherboard socket 1151. So if I look at the details here and the specifications, so here's M.2, M.2 socket there. That's perfect. The PCI Express 16 slot right here. The system motherboard, it supports dual channel, and you can have 16 gigs in each one of the slots, and there's 4 slots, so that will give you 64 gigs of RAM. So this is the one we want. So then if we just drop it on the system, now we'll plug in or install the motherboard. All right. So now what we want to do is connect the following. So let's connect the following connectors from the power supply first. So here's the power supply. So I'm going to connect this 24 pin goes there. And if I zoom in here, normally the CPU power supply is going to be near the CPU. So I can see this is an 8-pin. So if I come back to my power supply, I'm not going to have a 4-pin processing. It's 8-pin. So that one goes there. All right. And it doesn't say anything about drives or PCI Express or anything like that. So I'm going to leave those unconnected. All right. So let me make this smaller. And I'm just zooming with my mouse. So if I just scroll, it will make it larger or smaller. So now I want to select and install. So let me look at this motherboard details again. Come into the specification. So what I want to look at is the diagram that shows where these switches go or where these connectors go. So I'm going to leave this up here. And then if I just click anywhere on the case, it switches to all the adapters I want to connect. So this one, I know that one goes there because it's the only place it'll fit. So let me make this a little bit bigger. And I'm going to do these fans first. So the fan, the rear fan goes there. The front fan can go, where's the fan? Yeah, case fan goes there. The audio is here. The USB, we'll put one there. Okay, so now I have everything connected here. And then I'm going to go to the speaker. So the speaker, I'm going to zoom in over here. So here's my pin diagram right here. So the speaker is this one. And then next to it is the power switch. Well, let's just do them in order. So the hard drive LED is right here. The power LED is this top one right here. And then the power switch. Now, notice this is the okay, where, yeah, the power switch goes right there next to the speaker. And then the power LED, I didn't put that one in the right spot. So let's pull that one off. And the power LED, we want to put that on this PLED here, not the PLED there, because this is, notice there's a space in between. So there's 3 connectors there. So this is right underneath the speaker. All right, so now let's look at our list. Connect the following: power switch, power LED 3-1, hard drive LED, speaker, fan front, fan rear, USB black cable 2.0, front panel audio, USB 3, CPU power, main motherboard power. So I think I got everything there. Let's score it and see, and perfect. So I got everything that I wanted there. All right, so that's how you would do this lab 3.3.7. So if you ever have a question on a lab, let me know. I'll email you back a link to the video, and I'll also post it in the week 2 module. All right, thank you. Have a good night.